Welcome back to Massfield. So between the salt, the snow, and the cold temperatures, the winter can be very hard on your car. And if you're like me and you don't know a lot about cars, don't worry, because today we're joined by Veryl Automotive's Vice President Jeff Porier. He's here to make sure we do those little things to make sure our car stays healthy this winter. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting me here.
So we have two segments that we're going to do. The first one, we're going to deal with the outside of our car and our surroundings to make sure we're safe. So let's start over here with ice melt. Now, what do we need to know about ice melt?
It's great to have in the trunk in case you get stuck somewhere, because it doubles as sand, or you can also throw it down to help dissolve the ice around your vehicle.
I never thought about having it in the vehicle with you, because for me it's something that always stays at someone's house.
Well, it can double as both.
Yeah, because this way, yeah, you're right. If you get stuck or something like that, you can use that to get yourself out of the mess.
Yes, yes.
And now on that same kind of page, we should always have a shovel so that we can get rid of the ice melt.
Correct.
Now tell us a little bit about this shovel. It seems like it tightens and loosens and gets bigger and smaller.
Yep, it can expand and get larger again so that it can fit in your trunk a lot better.
That's true, because a lot of these places it's tough to fit stuff in your trunk because the stuff's so big and you don't want to put it in there, but it's pretty essential.
Right.
Now let's talk about windshield wiper fluid.
Wiper fluid is pretty important this time of the year because you have salt always on the road. There's always that dust sticking to your windshield you can't see. Also, you can use it to melt a little bit of frost or ice that's on the windshield. But still, you need to let the car run for a few minutes to get that glass warmed up a little bit.
Oh, before
so
you start using it?
No, you can use it right away, but if you drive down the road, it can ice up on you if you don't warm up the car at all.
Sometimes I drive my car pretty cold in the morning because I'm always in a rush to get to work, and I spray it onto my car, and then I wipe it off, and my car gets this, I can't see through it. It's like a mist or something.
Yep, it just ices right over while you're driving down the road. You got to either keep it spraying so you can keep driving, or let it warm up.
Exactly. Now, do you ever get to dilute this, or should you always just use it just as it is in the bottle?
Should use it just as it is,
okay,
so that it doesn't freeze on you.
Now let's go a little forward, talk about wiper blades. Now, what do you need to look for when buying a wiper blade, or how can you tell when your wiper blades need a little bit of help?
You can tell pretty easily by you'll see the window streaking, or you'll see the rubber starting to rip right here, or you just can't see it all. And it'll be time for some new wiper blades for sure.
And it seems like that's a quick fix. I replaced my own the other day, and instead of going and paying a lot somewhere else, I did it myself, and it was relatively easy.
Yep. It can be pretty simple for the most part.
Now, what if you wake up in the morning and either these are covered in ice or snow, or you can't kind of chisel them away? What can you do?
Oh, the first thing to do is to make sure that they're free. Just if you can't pull them off the window, you could get some hot water and pour it on it to loosen them up. But mainly, before you turn them on, you want to make sure that they're not stuck to the glass to avoid a costly repair.
Gotcha.
Potentially. Any snow and ice, you want to get all the snow out from the bottom of the windshield.
That's true, because during the summertime, the blades move free and easy, but during the winter, there's a lot of stuff that are caked on there, making it a little more difficult.
Yes.
Now, speaking of getting that stuff that's caked on there off, we have one of these. What's this called? A scraper? And
a scraper and a snow brush.
Now, if people are going out to the store to buy one of these, what are the essential elements that you want to get on your snow brush?
On this one here, like if we get some really thick and heavy ice, you can use this end of it. It cuts lines into the ice, and you can turn it over and use this side, which is smoother. And then you can scrape off the remaining
if the ice is real
thick.
thick.
If it's really thick, yeah, this part will cut through a lot easier.
Oh, I never knew you could do that. And then, so then it makes the getting the ice off process a lot more easier.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, Jeff, thank you so much for stopping by. So we've done the first half now, and don't go anywhere, because later on in the show, Jeff's going to tell us what we need to know to stay safe inside of our cars. Welcome back to Massfield, and we're back with Veryl's Automotive Vice President, Jeff Porier. Keep us safe this winter. Thanks for sticking around.
Thanks.
So earlier we talked about how important it is to stay safe outside of your car and things you need to keep your car safe. Now we're talking about keeping you safe. So how important is it that we get one of those emergency roadside kits?
Can be pretty important in the event of an emergency, such as a flat tire, or bumping into a snowbank, something comes loose from the vehicle.
Yeah, you never know.
Never know.
So
exactly.
This is one that you can buy. It's a pack that comes together. So we've kind of taken it apart just in case people at home, if they want to make their own. So let's start over here with the tire pressure. This can help stop a puncture.
Yes, temporarily to get you off the road. Yes.
So basically, what happens then if you have a flat tire and you go down and you see the cause of the flat tire, you would spray this into that?
Yep, you would attach it right to the valve stem and fill it up just like you would put air in the tire.
Huh.
And it may seal it so you can get to somewhere that can get it fixed or replaced.
Gotcha.
You know, in the event that you don't put the spare tire on.
Yeah, it gives you a couple extra miles maybe, and that's better than nothing.
Yep.
We have a poncho in case you're stuck in the rain.
It's raining while that tire is flat. Yep.
And similarly, we have gloves, and this is probably to do work on the car and to stay warm?
Yes, to help you keep your hands clean or avoid you from getting a cut from something sharp.
Now we have this sign here too. It's an emergency help sign. Why would you use something like that?
In case you're trying to flag down a motorist, because let's face it, people really don't stop to help each other very much today.
Yeah,
so
it's a lost art.
This might at least help somebody know that you're in trouble and you need some help.
Now, why a bungee cord?
As I mentioned the snowbank earlier, if you bump into a snowbank in the front or in the back, you get a piece of plastic hanging down, you might be able to tie it up.
I've lost a few fenders in my lifetime. That would have been really helpful. Flashlight?
Flashlight.
Nighttime?
In case it's dark, yeah.
Now this blanket's a great idea too, because if you're in a snowbank, if you're stuck, you know, this winter's been chilly, it's something you need to keep in mind.
Right, in case it's a blizzard or you're stuck and it won't start, won't run, or you're gonna be stranded for any length of time, might help keep you warm.
And now it's always important to have things like a couple snacks and some water in your car, but then the thing you don't think of often is you need an emergency medical kit.
Yep, in case you get hurt or
small cuts, big cuts, anything like that.
Yep, a car accident or somebody else needs some help, you never know.
Well, Jeff, thank you so much for stopping by today. It's been a pleasure, and I think we're all a little safer for it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Seth.